Good morning, everyone. Happy 4th of July. I hope you and your family and all your loved ones have a wonderful day celebrating our freedoms here in America. Thank you for all of you who serve and have served and allow us to continue to enjoy all the freedoms that we do here in the good old US of A. So today I was up at another raspberry area, and Brad's up there doing some work. He's moving some cut up pieces of pine to the bonfire area so that he can dig out some, what do you call them, tree stumps that we had. This past fall, we converted our farm over to solar energy. We still use, like regular energy, but we're using solar power as much as possible to take care of our energy needs. And yay, 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 last month we had produced enough solar power that when we got our electric bill, it said we owed $0. So that was pretty exciting. But anyhow, Brad's up there moving stumps around, and I commented to him, I said, the first time you pick raspberries, you pick these kind of, lame little raspberries. They don't hardly have any, they don't look like the raspberry that you think of. They kind of look like this, and they kind of fall all apart in your hand, and you just kind of get little pieces of berry. I said, but the next time you come and pick raspberries, they're nice raspberries. They kind of look like, what you're expecting. They're fuller, they're more, it seems like it's worth picking them. And I said, first time around, you kind of get these, wimpy raspberries. Second time around, you get nicer, fuller raspberries. And of course, then that got me waxing philosophical about life, or, different attempts at doing things. The first time you come to do something, it's really just an offering. It's not perfect. It kind of crumbles. The next time you come back around and do something, it's a little bit more full. It's a little bit more like what you were thinking you were going to get. Third time around, fourth time around, etc., etc. It keeps getting better. And I thought, boy, I ought to do a video on that, because I feel like that's kind of happening with these videos. First time around, you kind of get a little something. Second time around, I knew to change the angle of the phone so the video was a little bit better. I have gone back to flipping it this way because I wanted you to see the raspberries a little bit better. But really, think about anything that you've tried. First time may not have been what you thought it was going to be. The first time you tried, anything, just go ahead and pause for a moment. Think about something you tried. The first time was quite an experience. It was for the joy of having had the experience. It was for the point of being intentional. It was for the stretch in your life so that you tried something new. And then if I didn't come back to the raspberries or whatever it is in life and pick a second round, I'm going to miss the fact that the berries are forming a little bit nicer. Maybe that's true about, if I never did a second video, I wouldn't have realized that, hey, I could do a little bit better this time. Maybe it was, I'll go ahead since we're in baseball season. Maybe it was the first time you stepped up to the plate and swung a bat. Maybe you didn't make, contact even. Or the second time you got up to bat, you did a foul ball. Third time up to bat, maybe you hit the ball to the pitcher. Whatever. Use that as an analogy in your life. Maybe the first time you did something, it wasn't exactly how you envisioned it. It isn't how somebody you saw was doing it, like that person that's been doing it a million times. And we don't know that they've done it a million times. They just look like they did it perfectly the first time. And if you ever get a chance to talk to anyone like that, they'll say, no, I had to do this a million times before it looked like I was doing it naturally. What did I read one time? I probably am going to get the number of years mixed up, but I'll go ahead and say it anyhow. An overnight success takes about 10 years. How about that? What looks like somebody just made it overnight It actually was maybe 10 years, maybe it was 5 years, whatever amount of time of development it took them. And then all of a sudden, they landed where they wanted to land. And once we land where we want to land, then we have to continue to be intentional to improve or do the next thing. Or maybe it's change course. Maybe you go, you know what, I wanted to get to this particular goal. I got there. Now I want to try something else. You know, whatever it might be. So today I'm out here picking raspberries and being very philosophical about, you know, I'm going to keep picking these raspberries so that they keep growing. That's something else that's important about picking fruit. When you're picking fruit, you have to keep picking the fruit or it stops growing. The objective of the plant is to create fruit so that it creates seeds so that it can continue to proliferate. But if you're someone who wants to enjoy the fruit, the more often you pick, the more fruit you're going to get from each of your plants. Obviously, there's a life cycle, and eventually, you know, this raspberry cane is going to stop giving me raspberries just because it's done its job for the year. But the more often I pick, the more often we try something, the more often we practice, the more fruit we're going to get. So there we go. Thank you for stopping in and visiting with me. I'm Kathleen, and this is my YouTube channel, Kathleen at Home. Again, I wish you a very happy 4th of July. And again, thank you for everyone who has created their part in making the United States a most wonderful place to live. Blessings to all of you. Take care.